Hey, let's go back down.
Hey, he's gonna come down through. Hey, he's coming down through. Hey, so here they come, Vic. We're coming. Watch. You guys should all be looking straight ahead because you have system attention, right? Okay, here we go.
For the class of 2018 of Graham-Kapowsin High School. My name is Elise Fritz, and I'm one of your assistant principals, and I will be your master of ceremonies for this afternoon. Before we start, there are a few points that I'd like to review with you. We request that you do not come onto the floor to take photographs or video. There is a professional photographer who will take photographs of your graduate receiving his or her diploma. Information to order those photos will be found with your graduate's diploma when they leave. When your graduate's name is read, please be considerate of others and do not make excessive noise or distractions. No air horns, loud noises, or beach balls. We do not want anyone missing or seeing their graduate's name being read because of the noise and the distractions. Following the ceremony, the graduates will return to the exhibition hall, and there they will exit the building with their diplomas and proceed outside to meet you, all of your family and friends. Please remember, this is a formal ceremony, a time when we treat everyone with respect and recognize and honor our graduates with pride and dignity. Thank you for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, now entering from your left, tonight's honored school district guests. We have Mr. Tom Siegel, who has served as the Bethel School District Superintendent since 2001. Before coming to Bethel, Mr. Siegel held a similar position in Boulder, Colorado. And prior to his work in public education, he served in the U.S. Navy for 25 years, completing his military career as a commander. Next, we have Dr. Jennifer Bethman as the Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Education. She has been in the Bethel School District since the fall of 1991. Dr. Bethman earned her Master's of Educational Administration from City University and her doctorate degree from Washington State University. We also have Mr. Chad Honig, who is the Executive Director of Secondary Education. He has been a teacher and administrator in the district since 1998. Mr. Honig earned his Bachelor of Education from St. Martin's University and his Master's of Educational Administration from City University. And now I would like to introduce to you Bethel School District's Board of Directors. First, we have President John Manning, who has served on the board since December 2006. President Manning is a graduate of University High School in Spokane, Washington, and is retired from the U.S. Air Force. Vice President Brenda Rogers. She has served since November of 2003. Vice President Rogers attended San Francisco State University and studied construction management. Next, we have Director Stanley Chapin, and he has served since April of 2012. Director Chapin has a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration from Chapman University. And then we have Director Amy Pivetta Hoffman, who has served on the board since November 2013. Director Pivetta Hoffman is a graduate of the University of Montana School of Law with a Juris Doctor degree. And next we have Director Marcus Young, who has an Associate of Theology degree from A.L. Harding Academy of Theology. Director Young was appointed to the board in May of 2018. Following the board members are the principals of the middle schools that feed into GK. Marc Barnes, principal at Frontier Middle School, earned his principal certification through Colorado State University in Fort Collins. He has been the administrator for 9 years, with the last 5 at Frontier Middle School. This graduating class includes the first group of 8th graders that Mr. Barnes had at Frontier, so he's especially honored to join their graduation day. Seth Humphrey, principal at Liberty Middle School, has been an administrator with the Bethel School District for 6 years, 5 of which were with us at GK before moving to Liberty Middle School this year. Mr. Humphrey received his master's degree from Eastern New Mexico University. And next we have Tom Mitchell, principal at Elk Plains School of Choice, who has been an administrator with the Bethel School District for 20 years. Mr. Mitchell received his master's degree from Central Washington University. And our administrative team at Graham-Kapowsin High School, with Principal Matt Yarkowski, who has been an administrator in the Bethel School District for the past 8 years. He has been at Graham-Kapowsin for 6 years. Principal Yarkowski received his master's degree in educational leadership from the University of Puget Sound. And then we have assistant principals Michelle Gilbert and Sarah Nolette. This is Miss Nolette's 4th year at Graham-Kapowsin as an administrator. She received her master's degree from Ashford University, and this is Miss Gilbert's 1st year as an administrator after serving as an intern for us at GK last year. Mrs. Gilbert received her master's degree from Grand Canyon University. Sabre team, take your position.
March! Forward! March!
And now entering from your left and your right, the tremendous faculty and staff of Graham-Kapowsin High School. Many of the graduates you will see today are wearing cords that signify academic success. Seniors wearing gold cords are those students graduating with 3.5 GPA or higher. Silver cords represent those who are graduating with a 3.0 to a 3.49 GPA. The top 10 students at Graham-Kapowsin High School wear a medal that signifies their academic accomplishments throughout their high school experience. Leading the class will be those who met the challenges of high school and far exceeded those tough standards put before them by their teachers and families, and graduate with the highest of honors. Graham-Kapowsin's valedictorians for 2018 are Gabriel Castleman, Brooke Geiselman, practice that, and Miranda Stallman. And the salutatorian for their class is Brandon Kane. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to introduce to you the seniors of Graham-Kapowsin High School, class of 2018. May I present to you, again, the graduating class of Graham-Kapowsin High School, 2018. Senior chorale members, please join the choir at this time. And now please stand for the posting of the colors by our junior ROTC color guard, followed by our national anthem, performed by the Graham-Kapowsin High School Choir. Please remain standing until the flags have cleared the floor.
Color guard, halt. Order. Colors. Left. Ready. Carry. Colors. Present. Colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Carry. Colors. Order. Colors. Right. Peace. Port. Colors. Forward. March.
Thank you, Graham-Kapowsin Junior ROTC Cadets and GK Choir. Graduates, you may be seated. I would now like to introduce the teacher speaker as voted by the class of 2018, Mr. Paul Bain.
Congratulations, class of 2018. As someone who has participated in many graduation ceremonies, I completely understand the most important element of these speeches: brevity. Keep it short. We're here to celebrate the culmination of your K-12 public education. Awards and scholarships have been conferred, graduation parties have been planned, gifts have been given and received, and tonight is the end goal. Or isn't? If you can imagine these past 13 years as the greatest of all hikes, where in the end you have reached the top of the highest mountain in your region, there's an extraordinary feeling when you reflect on your path. You will see the times when you persevered, although you wanted to give up, the friendships you've cultivated, the knowledge you've gained, the diploma that you've earned. You might also be reminded of some mistakes you've made along the way. This is all very normal. It is important to inspect your individual trials and tribulations. What decisions contributed to your successes? And what decisions made this particular part of your journey more difficult? We must learn to nurture the good decisions, as ideally we become wise from our experience and not ignorant to our future. From the top of the mountain, not only do you see the path you have taken, but a new horizon, a sky not seen before, a vista full of new, exciting opportunities. The faint of heart might see these opportunities as more mountain to climb, more obstacles to overcome, more difficult times ahead. Thomas Edison said, "Opportunity is missed because it is usually dressed in overalls and looks like work." And it's true. What first looks like a mundane task that requires much time and effort could turn into the opportunity of your lifetime, as you never know who's watching nor what they're looking for. As you begin to dream about your vision of the world from atop this magnificent achievement here tonight, I'd like to encourage you to think about two concepts. Number one, we are living in a time of educational inflation. And number two, hard work is the ultimate equalizer. Jobs that once did not require a high school diploma now do. Jobs that used to require diploma now require an associate's degree. Those that required an associate's, now a bachelor's now a master's, and so forth. Continuing your education, whether that be in school or on-the-job training, will be vital to your success on this next leg of your journey. Whether you're learning about diesel engines or astrophysics, do more than the minimum. Learn the content of the course and become an expert in the field. Work harder than anybody else. Care about the people you work with. Nurture those that do not understand to your extent, and you will become extraordinary in your field. Do so humbly and with love in your heart. Give back to your community and love your family. From here, a place of mastery and content, you can set the price for your services. I'd like to finish by telling a story of three Masons. It's a story about vision and how one perceives the work that we all do day in and day out. There was a young man traveling through a wooded area. After some time, he came to a rock quarry where he saw three different masons chipping away at stones. He went to the first mason and asked, "What are you doing?" The first mason replied with a sigh, "Cutting stones." The young man then went to the second mason and asked the same question. This mason smiled and said, "I'm trying to create a perfectly square block with no blemishes." Interesting, the young man thought, as it looked like they were doing the same thing. When the young man reached the third mason, he noticed a fire in the eyes. And once again, he asked the same question, "What are you doing?" The mason replied, "I'm building a cathedral." The vision you create for your life can be as simple as cutting stones and taking the next step. It can also be a search for your passion, seeing the entire path of your next exposition and building your own cathedral. Work hard, surround yourself with great people, persevere, and love the people you work with. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Bain. And now it is my pleasure to once again introduce the Graham-Kapowsin Choir, directed by Mr. Jason Saunders. They will be performing Omnia Soul, or Let Your Heart Be Stayed, by Z. Randall Stroop, conducted by Senior Daelin Carrigan. Thank you to Mr. Saunders and the wonderful GK Choir. I would now like to introduce our senior class speaker, Daelin Carrigan.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and class of 2018. My name is Daelin Carrigan, and I'm so excited and humbled to be able to share this milestone with all of you today. I would like to take a moment, very quickly, to thank everyone who paved the road for this opportunity. I would like to thank our parents, guardians, teachers, Graham-Kapowsin High School staff, and all of our friends. When the opportunity to prepare this speech presented itself to me, I thought, please, don't do it, don't do it. You have homework in Darby's class and you don't have a lot of time. But clearly I didn't listen to my own advice. Sorry, Mr. Darby. And here we are today. While I may not always follow my own advice, I hope that each of you will, as I share what I've learned inside the four walls of Graham-Kapowsin High School. Eagles, we didn't get here on accident. For many years, we learned that there are lots of things that we have to do and lots of expectations that are put on top of us. We have 4 unforgettable years of which we dedicated ourselves to the craft of life, balancing education, home life, social lives, and work on our young shoulders. The road we followed was rough at times, smooth at times, and often in between. Yet, we stopped to smell the roses, got the thorn, but learned, and just like the roses, we grew. We started this adventure together freshman year. With big eyes and even bigger backpacks, we walked through those front doors into foreign territory. In a school full of big senior eagles, we felt a lot like the fish that they ate for lunch. No longer were we the respective kings and queens of middle school, but we were at the bottom of the pyramid, and over time, we would quickly learn the laws of the land. First, sweatpants and exams are a match made in heaven. The harder the test, the harder we're supposed to bum it. Second, follow your instincts. If you're working on a math test and the answer you got isn't an option, go with whatever's closest. Again, really sorry, Mr. Anderson. Lastly, studying pays off. This is probably the hardest lesson for us to learn. In our busy schedules full of sports, music, and community service, it was hard to find the time to sit and study. However, when we did study, we studied. We had the sharpest of pencils, a big piece of eraser, and our notes were laminated so that when we cried as we studied, we didn't smudge all the text. All jokes aside, our class learned a lot of serious rules too. Sophomore year was the awkward year, the yellow on a streetlight. Do you decide to slow down or do you pick up the pace? This was the year that we took honors ELA and then immediately regretted it. Sure, we liked English, but this was an advanced class, and advanced classes can only mean one thing: more homework. As we analyzed Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart, so did our grades. The never-ending homework, not to mention the dreaded group project, was taking its toll. It seemed like taking an honors class was a mistake. That is, until the end of the year, when all of us could look back on the growth and progress that we had made, both as students and as people. Sophomore year, we learned to do hard things, especially when we didn't want to. It's important to examine your limits and then broaden them. We have done hard things on the small scale, such as honors and AP classes, applying for jobs in college, but now we're stepping onto a much larger stage. We are moving on and moving out, and this will require a lot of independence. And if it doesn't scare you, maybe it should. Yet let that fear be a motivator. Turn every no into a yes, and every I can't into an I can and I will. Suddenly, sophomore year was over and junior year had begun. This was it. Eagles, this was the year we finally felt like high schoolers because we had gained a new title, upperclassmen. It shouldn't have been such a big deal, but it was, and everyone around us could tell. We had cars, so there's no more sharing a bus with middle schoolers, and our keys slapped against our thighs as we went up the stairs. Our newfound status hung over us like a halo. Unfortunately, along with this new act came the beginning of a roadblock: early onset senioritis. Kids began to miss classes because, Miss Richards, my alarm clock didn't go off. Or, Miss Riley, if I don't get my Frappuccino before 8 a.m., I will die. Either you were the kid walking in late, or you were the kid annoyed at the kid walking in late. Either way, we all learned a lesson junior year. Just as we had to learn to U-turn on our new cars, we had to learn how to U-turn our life and get our heads in the game. This was easier said than done for most of us. But be patient with those around you. With so many people on this planet, one day you will find someone who rubs you the wrong way. It can be so easy to get upset or to judge, but we learn to remember that we're all human and we're all playing the game of life as best that we can. Some of my best friends are the same people whose little quirks push my buttons in middle school. You never know what person is lying beneath the surface, so make sure to give everyone a chance. For all you know, that person could be your best friend a few years down the line. The person you call when you're going through a bad breakup and you need a shoulder to cry on as you watch The Notebook, not from personal experience. Or the person you explore the world with. Give people a chance to be a friend to you, and they will give you the same opportunity. Senior year was the big no parking sign on our way to success. The road we followed the previous 3 years was very long, and we had high hopes that this would be the year that we could take a break, sit back, and let the chips fall where they may. We were very wrong. It was time to figure out what to do next, and parking was not an option. Instead, senior year was the year that caused a lot of soul searching. To my classmates, I hope that you never forget that who you are is special. To quote Steve Jobs, your time is limited, so please don't waste it living someone else's life. We are not who we are by accident. Like a flower, we have been carefully grown by every action we have taken these 4 years, and how we have reacted to every experience has helped us to bloom and define who we have become. We are ending our adventure together right here, right now, Eagles. Our time to reign is ended, and with the turn of our tassels, we will pass on our crowns to the class of 2019. But before we do, let us think about who we will be next. Some of us will go off to a 4 or 2 year university, and others are going to have an apprenticeship, or join the armed forces, or take a gap year and travel. Outside of these stadium doors is the big, scary real world that we have been warned about for all of our lives. So here's my final piece of advice. Do not be afraid. Savor every second, seize every moment, and do everything that you've ever wanted to do. Take the road less traveled by, and carry those secrets with you in your hearts. We are Eagles, and we've been meant to soar. Congratulations to the class of 2018, and thank you.
Thank you, Daelin. I would now like to introduce the principal of Graham-Kapowsin High School for a short message. Mr. Yurkowski, please come to the podium.
Thank you, class of 2018. I am privileged to have spent your high school years with you. In fact, I remember talking to you back in August of 2014 when you came to your Link Crew Day and your first day of high school. Most of you have grown up quite a bit since then, even if you spent a lot of time playing Fortnite, posting Snapchat videos during class, or playing with your fidget spinners. I want to know how much you have impacted Graham-Kapowsin High School and the accomplishments you have been part of. First off, the class of 2018, this is the largest class to ever walk across the stage. We have more graduates from the class of 2018 than any classes before. This senior class earned more than $6 million worth of scholarships that they're going to use next year. Do you remember Pack the Gym? This senior class saw the 4th annual Pack the Gym night at GKHS. Many of our students experienced a new understanding and joy for the Special Olympics and our ILC students. Our music programs continued to shine, winning awards, sending many students to state solo and ensemble contests. Some of our band went to Japan and played with one of the best high school bands in the world. Members of our choir program did something that no other school in the state did, performed in both the WMEA and ACDA. And our orchestra program has grown and earned a silver award at the Heritage Festival in Anaheim. Our community has seen the growth and improvement in our orchestra program this year. Remember our plays this year? A Midsummer's Night's Dream and Number the Stars? Health Occupation Students of America had 14 students participate in state competition. These students are focused on a future in the medical careers. Our AP program grew this year, with more students taking an AP exam than any previous year. How about sports this year? Both volleyball and football went to state. Several individuals went to state as well. We had a state champion at the 145-pound weight class for wrestling and a 100-meter dash for state champion. JRTC did well during drill competitions. We had a cadet capture the Ironman Award for most physically fit. DECA received 8 qualifications for nationals, including a national champion. This senior class had school spirit. Both our homecoming and senior prom had more students attend in recent memory. This year's class also seemed to be more civically engaged and got opportunities to interact with elected officials too. It was exciting to see our students thinking about their future in this way, and I encourage them to continually stay civically engaged. You, class of 2018, have made GK a better place. Remember that Orange Blue starts with you. Continue to think about the ways to give your personal best every day, to take ownership of your future, and understand that you will need to work with others to accomplish big things. Thank you, class of 2018, for making GK a great place.
Thank you, Mr. Yurkowski. Seniors in band, please take your place. Ladies and gentlemen, the Graham-Kapowsin High School combined bands, under the direction of Mr. Paul Bain, will be playing Wayfaring Stranger by Christopher Nelson. Thank you, GK Band. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to introduce to you the students who will be making tonight's commencement addresses. We have 3 valedictorians who will be speaking this year: Miranda Stallman, Brooke Geiselman, and Gabe Castleman. First to speak will be Miranda Stallman. Please welcome her to the stage.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Miranda Stallman, and I'm one of the 3 valedictorians of the class of 2018. Fellow graduates, I know it's a cliche thing to say, but we did it. After 4 long years, we're finally here. For the longest time, I had no idea what I wanted to say in this speech. I'm supposed to stand up here and address all of you, but the fact of the matter is I haven't spent a lot of time here the past 2 years. Being a Running Start student, my classes at GK only consisted of choir and orchestra for the past 2 years. Those are the people that I know, plus the drama club and a handful of others. The truth is, looking out over this crowd, I don't know a lot of you, and I'm sure a lot of you don't know me, and that's okay. You might be wondering why you should listen to me, someone you might not even know. But whether we know each other or not, we did go through something together. We've all walked through the same halls, had the same teachers, sat through the same assemblies, gone to the same school sports games, concerts, plays, etc. The interesting thing, though, is we all experienced it differently. But I guarantee most of us experienced a lot of the same things. Most of us have probably gone through love and heartbreak, losing friends and finding new ones, and waiting till the very last minute to study for that test or write an essay. And I'm sure we learned a lot these past 4 years about people, life, and ourselves. Some people say that high school is the best time of your life, and you learn a lot about who you are. I am not one of those people. I've changed a lot over the last 4 years, and while I do feel like I have a better sense of myself, I know I'm going to change even more in the years to come. And while I will look back on this time with a lot of good memories, many more memories will be made, and even better times will be had over the course of our lives. I know many of us will go on to do great things. Some of us may have found lifelong friends here, and we might keep in touch with a few others. But the truth is, most of us probably won't see each other again. However, we will always have this shared experience together, and no other class will have one identical to ours. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2018.
Thank you, Miranda. Now please welcome Brooke Geiselman. I'm getting better at it.
A long time ago, back in elementary, my family took a trip. A long time ago, back in elementary, my family took a summer trip to Eastern Washington. They kept pointing to deer in the hills, but I had no idea what they were talking about. Next thing you know, there's one on the side of the road, and let's just say it wasn't very lively. As time passed and school started back up again, it turned out I needed glasses. The world was forever changed for me, as I could then see the leaves on the trees, the beautiful Mount Rainier that sits in our very backyards, and even read the words on road signs. I then didn't just realize what wasn't right in front of me, but I noticed the details and things beyond me. I could see the world on a whole different level that I didn't even know existed. This is similar to what high school has done for each of us. Before high school, we never seriously thought about colleges, careers, or even the money we were supposed to make in the future. We only thought about what we were going to do after we got home from school and what friends we were going to hang out with that day. We only thought about what was happening in the moment, the short term. Now sitting here anxiously today, dressed in our caps and gowns,
we think about the long term. Today, we see those deer up in those hills and not just the dead ones on the side of the road. Today, we have visions of our future. Today, we have a list of goals and plans we hope to one day conquer. After all those late nights cramming for tests, all those essays we have written where we found 20 different ways to say the same thing, and all of the lessons we learned from teachers and friends, and all the friendships and relationships we began, ended, and mended. After all that in 4 years, today we mark one off that list, and today we begin the journey of marking off the rest. I'd also like to mention that there are a few of us who conquered our biggest fears. One may being stuck in an elevator for an hour at prom. We did that. Congratulations, class. We made it.
Thank you, Brooke. Now please welcome Gabe Castleman.
Hello to all my fellow classmates of 2018 and all the family, friends, and staff that have come to join us on this beautiful day. Being a valedictorian, many of you might expect some philosophical and in-depth speech. But when writing this, I didn't really know how to start or what topic I wanted to focus on. In fact, I didn't want to speak at first. I figured if I struggled with speaking in front of a class of 30 people, then I would struggle speaking in front of a few thousand people. I decided that I wanted to take on this challenge of speaking because I knew I had a unique opportunity and a chance to make my friends and families proud. As we all know, we are moving forward with our lives, and I've always been told, I'm sure many of you have been told this too, that whatever you're going to do in life, just make sure you're the best at it. However, I believe that knowing you aren't the best at something is what actually drives you to continuously do better and push new limits. When I used to play baseball almost all year round, 4 to 6 days a week, my dad would still tell me, somebody out there is working harder than you right now. Somebody out there is training more than you. Somebody out there right now is doing better than you. For me, I use this as motivation to push me in the sport, and I took this with me to school sports, my academics, and various other activities. In some areas, I did reach the top or I came close, but others, I wasn't even in the ballpark. You see, it doesn't necessarily matter if you become the best at whatever you do. It matters if you're passionate about it. With passion comes inspiration, and inspiration comes change, hard work, and focus. In all historical scenarios where major changes have been made, someone or some group was able to lead, inspire those around them to make a difference. As a former award-winning football coach and entrepreneur, Bill Courtney once said, serving and attempting to inspire others is a responsibility, not a choice. Therefore, let's make it our responsibility as we move forward in our lives to inspire all those who surround us. Hopefully, I've inspired a few of you throughout the years because so many of you have inspired me. Thank you, and go Eagles.
Thank you, Gabe. As he exits the stage, I ask the senior orchestra students to join the orchestra, directed by Aaron Julian, in performing Geometric Dances by Richard Meyer. Thank you to Mr. Julian and the wonderful GK Orchestra. Parents and guardians of our graduates, it is now time to graduate our seniors. I would like to introduce to you the Superintendent of the Bethel School District, Mr. Tom Siegel, to present the class of 2018.
As Superintendent, it is my duty and my personal privilege to certify that these graduates have met the graduation requirements of the state of Washington and the Bethel School District. I am proud to present Graham-Kapowsin High School's graduating class of 2018.
Thank you, Mr. Siegel. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd also like to introduce to you the President of the Bethel School Board, Mr. John L. Manning, to accept the class of 2018.
Thank you very much. Welcome to today's celebration. It's with great pleasure that I have the opportunity to address the graduating class of 2018. Now, I have to tell you, there's two rules for graduation speeches. Rule 1, as Mr. Bain has already mentioned, the shorter the better. Rule 2, no one's going to remember what you say. I'll follow Rule 1 and hope that at least part of Rule 2 doesn't apply. In preparing for today, I thought of many subjects that I could talk to you about. You see, it's my opportunity to impart my years of wisdom to you. As I've grown older, there are some things that stand out as being more important than others. Time is one of those. I know you all think that you have all the time in the world, but you're wrong. Time is now your most valuable asset, and how you manage or mismanage it will determine in a large part how successful you are. At your age, time doesn't mean much. In fact, you probably look back and wish it moved faster. I doubt that you ever thought it would go slower. You're all looking forward to the future, and it couldn't get here soon enough. The last 12 years, you were told when to be somewhere, how long you needed to stay, and when you could leave. But when you leave here today, you undergo a magical transformation. You're no longer a high school student. You're a young adult, and expectations will be high, especially in the area of time. Determine your goals, set your priorities, create a plan based on the time you need. And remember this, if nothing else. If you're on time, you're late. The second thing, just as important if not more, is companionship. It might be a strange subject for a graduation speech. I know some of you are saying, I don't need anyone. I can do it all by myself. You're wrong. As you move into your future with its successes and failures, wouldn't it be nice to have someone to share it with? Someone you could depend on and talk to? I can tell you that finding that someone is more important than all the wealth and success that you will ever have. So follow the first part of my speech, and you'll have plenty of time for the second part. The future is yours. Build on today's success, and I have confidence that you can and will achieve your dreams. Good luck and best wishes. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Bethel School District, I congratulate you on having achieved a major goal and milestone in your lives. We wish you well as you move on now to the future and its promises of new challenges and accomplishments. As President of the Board of Directors, it is indeed an honor to accept the graduating class of 2018.
Thank you, Mr. Manning. Tonight's roll callers are two teachers selected by the senior class to announce their names. They are Miss Victoria Hallberg and Mr. Peter Knudsen. Ms. Hallberg and Mr. Knudsen, would you please take your positions? The presentations of the diplomas will be presented by President Manning and Director Rogers of the Bethel School Board. Students, at this time, Please prepare to receive your diplomas.
Anna Burgoyne Nolet.
Austin Alexander Attaway.
Alyssa N. Ireland.
Michael Haggerty.
Gabriella Nicole Tarantino.
Isabel Rosa Lynn Luerez.
Daelin Rose Carrigan.
Gabriel C. Castleman.
Dylan J. Hahn.
Kellen James.
Nicole Marion Query.
Brandon M. Kane.
Alexis Renee Chenard.
Samantha Ann Stackle.
Adelaide Whitmire.
Destiny Marie Lehman.
Brianna E. Gordon.
Kailani Snow Hayes.
Miranda K. Stallman.
Delmaurice Sienna Jones.
Rayanne Elizabeth Beckwith.
Brooke Kaylee Geiselman.
Joshua Keller Castro.
Benjamin Hernandez IV.
Holly K. Kearns.
Chase Edwin Ochart.
Madeline Nigel.
Morgan Dwyer.
Jessica Partridge.
Cody Smith.
Katie E. Quinn.
Joshua Todd Kokathakis.
Sarah Heaton.
Colin Anthony Manners.
Kylan K. Aloha.
Avery Bishop.
Brittany Ann Bond.
Bronwyn A. Marceau.
Connor Isaiah White.
Isabel M. Maestas.
Robert Trey Mason.
Ava Rose Keechler.
D'Angelo Biggs.
Anthony Joseph Soda.
Kaylee Kristoff.
Ava Michelle Hackworth.
Galilea Valencia.
Athena Madison Greco.
T.A. Jones.
Brittany Kathleen Richmond Wise.
Dylan Jolly.
Viviana Guerrero Torres.
Simon Kinney.
Aaron J. Crook.
Jillian Manson.
Colton Christopher Seal.
Emily Nikolai.
Lane John Matthew Holland.
Lacey Lee Ackerman.
Angelo Alexander McOscar.
Santrell McClexkey.
Oriah Sage Garcia.
Zephaniah Taito.
Elisa Elaine Lopez.
Jake Daniel Richard.
Alexander Z. Cup.
John Ariel Soriano Navarro.
Peyton S. Foster.
Adam Tossi.
Braxton Daniel Malloy.
Colby Edgar Gustafson.
Evan Matthew Lean.
Alyssa Marie Nichols.
Miriam H. L. Sharif.
Andrea Lynn Mattis.
Reina Linda Camarena.
David J. McIver.
Ethan Daniel Calderon.
Jacob Langley.
Misty Johnson.
Patrick Galaviz.
Kaylin Marie Pilata.
Zion Aries White.
Enelon Berkeley LeMay.
Amber Michelle Cryer.
Morgan Elizabeth Britton.
Olivia D. Brugler.
Shelby Sola.
Haley E. Samanadig Tahali.
Chad Douglas Simonson.
Hannah M. Reeves.
Jordan Santos.
Gabriella Horville.
Brianne N. Arrington.
Erica Warren.
Sarah Villanueva.
Ethan James Michael Jerome.
Ariana Rain Taylor.
Cody L. Castor.
Genesis M. Longmire.
Haley Sherrill.
Ryan Dean.
Madison Gramps.
Avery Kraus.
Michaela Lynn Blackburn.
Xander Hewlings.
Abigail Den.
Jenna Bond.
Jordan Brazier.
Giselle Cuevas Lopez.
Emily Ann Wagner.
Emily Mann.
Reese Derek Barber.
Braden Carl Fonstrom.
Mackenzie Nicole Espy.
Peyton Noble Clones.
Taryn May McClinton.
Viliami Tuifua Hansen.
Kiara Gianna Thompson.
Kasai Childress.
Jacob A. Arseneau.
Brooke Dittmer Roberts.
Patrick Wilson.
Chloe Nicole Johnson.
Jeremiah Kaikoa.
Jasmine Nicole Delphin.
Andrew Hagan.
Stephanie Anaí Davila Montufa.
Khalil Ohana Taylor.
Madison B. Young.
Dylan Naliko Kamalani Kilpiva Korea Ashton.
Anna Late.
Micah David Smith.
Kyle William Campbell.
Jordan Duvall.
Wyatt Minion.
Marco Escobar Quinterin.
Emily Rose DeWitt.
Kevin Anthony Burmeister.
Sydney Nicole Cobb.
Noah Mudge.
Kaylana Ruddy.
Joshua Lavore Belcourt.
Brooklyn Powell.
Liam Gannon.
Jacob Clarence Klein.
Nicholas J. Orozco.
Christopher Sean Klein.
Layla A. Gilbert.
Kyle Andrew Cross.
Angelique Elizabeth Poland.
Zachary Thomas Morrill.
Amani Amara Cruz Morales.
Nathan Daniel DeVore.
Alexis Hamilton.
Blake Ryan Towns.
Kalel Daniels.
Madison Weymouth.
Calissa Cutright.
Katie Ann Owen.
Jesse Koss.
Chase Nathaniel John Harder.
Eric Arcos.
Zachary V. Noble.
Kyle Scott Heller.
Jordan Malachi Geffrey.
Aaron David LaRue.
Brandon Gregory Ford.
Kirsten Winnis.
Victoria Barnes.
Austin Balzer.
Cody S. Lenore.
Jeremy Mullins.
Chantel Y. Ross.
Dusty Rose Peterson.
Lazayla A. McLaren.
Roslyn Wilcox.
Jace Booker.
Joshua Allen Wagner.
Matthew J. Dela Cruz.
Caleb Leverage.
Tracy A. Fong.
Savannah Miller.
Gianna Flores Leon Guerrero.
Faith Ann Smith.
Colton Carlson.
Abigail Armour.
Zachary J. Johnson.
Kirsten Ann Buell.
Tyler Wheeler.
Trinity Marie Taylor.
Thomas Allen Wheeler.
Michaela Renee Jackson.
Destiny Elise Savage.
Colton Dunham.
Eileen Lynn Rusga.
Austin Gaderi.
Kai J. Patterson.
Natasha Matrosky.
Elaine Grace Rusga.
Corey McKelvey.
Marius R. Malaluluan.
Gabriel Fields.
Elise Sizer.
Dakota Samsel.
Sierra Kennedy Thomas.
Armani Ferreira Gola.
Michaela Ann Haywood.
Julie Lindhorst.
Kiana Chantel Whitmire.
Ava Luna.
Emma Marie Hammonds.
Ian Vanderwood.
Maggie Grace Flatt.
DeHutt.
Jordan O. Pine.
Serene Hawk.
Phoebe Smith.
Beatrice Pompa.
Ronaya Cartwright.
Yoshino Oshiro.
Mackenzie Blair.
Andrew Brewer.
Mason Paiva.
Spencer James LaRoche.
Emmanuel Heredia.
Chuck Sanders.
William Daniel Bruno Johnson.
Andrew Beasley.
Tristan Brown.
Haley Grace Anderson.
Peyton Sean Wright.
Rain Lynn Marie Becker.
Abigail Jean Klumpner.
Miriam Renee Stone.
Dylan Lamar Hulse.
Jenna Rain Sweats.
Matthew P. Rice.
Levin Gabriel Townsend.
Aubrey Elizabeth Broderick.
Jannard Abrigo.
Gina Marie Lavina Broker.
Kenneth Aaron.
Emily Powell.
Lorenzo Fanoni. Devin Thomas Braun.
Bennett Jonah Halstead.
Tashaila Combs.
Janaea Lynn Russell.
Ashley Marie Aiken.
Allison Marie Job.
Alyssa Michelle Fulmer.
Lillian R. Shell.
Keandre Howell.
Madison Joe Bronson.
Alexander Shogo Nutter.
Alyssa H. Buttonshome.
Matthew Kramer.
Rafael L. Lopez.
Isaiah Derrickson.
Emily Rayanne Wolf.
Ethan Tolson.
Athena Lee.
Gavin Richards.
Connor James Willis.
Tanner Joseph Matisa.
Zachary Hitt.
Mallory Nicole Burns.
Christian Hadaway.
Alexis Christine Mischel.
Joshua Lockwood.
Savannah Michelle Hernandez.
Kiera E. Lansdowne.
Christopher M.T. Brown.
Nanzo Onwumere.
Javen Isaiah Kekane Ikaika Abeoli Ikamaka Hikiho Krishna Natrapasi.
Brianna Marie Etheridge Turner.
Hayden Matthew Goldberry.
Alejandro Morales.
Allison Ramsey.
Dante Devon Hunter.
Benjamin A. Mathis.
Eric A. Turner.
Keelani Chalet Duval Tinnen.
Kellen James Hoover.
Abigail Haddock.
Darren Williamson Jr.
Stacy Elvira Alejandre Urbano.
Isabella Rose Santos.
Jasmine Rose Castillo.
Christy Marina Carlman.
Ashley Maroney.
Anissa Rebecca Lee.
Maria Aparicio.
Noah Xavier Atoygreen.
Caitlin Missouri.
Matthew James Walker.
Abigail Kate Moses.
Perry Lee Johnson.
Jacob Ranyan Hicks.
Brittany Satterfield Clapp.
Cody Herron.
DeAndre J. Logan.
J. Cosetta Hainsworth.
Josh Roel Kelly.
Giovanni F. Geller.
Malcolm Barrow Phillips.
Henry Joseph Turner.
Alex Melbourne.
Grayson A. Safford.
Drew Townsend.
Amber Marie Lee.
Ryan M. Snyder.
Talia Cotty.
Casey Peterson.
Devin Ross.
Tajane Johnson.
Ashley Huntondale.
Daniel E. Short.
Caitlin K. Alexander.
Caitlin Grow.
Daniel Keith Thayer.
Kate Gavreau.
Cody L. Turner.
Madison Wolin.
Garrett Lee Carson.
Peyton Perkins.
Jalen Maxwell Davis.
Cameron James Campbell.
Ariel Marie Houle.
Brianna Gorash.
Atalia Bolaño Yapan.
Daniel Williams.
Neva Braxton.
Elizabeth Jolene Boyd.
Shayna M. Rios.
Wyatt Thomas Carrington.
Jalen Sloan.
Timothy A. Bell.
Krista Rica Reyes.
Christina Varner.
Michaela Marie Coates.
Kristen O'Brien.
Tezra Bernadette Manassi.
Lexi Garcia.
Sierra Angel Hamilton.
Leo Z. Hull.
Anissa Shields.
Adrian Bernstein.
Michaela Davenport.
Alexis Roberts.
Hunter S. Stewart.
Haley Ann Hedrick.
John Antonio Gutierrez Jr.
Jalen Rogers.
Taylor Kierkegaard.
Jae Jung.
Amanda Sue Hill.
Christy Fertney.
Daniel Woyak.
Ariana C. Crawford.
Seth Kilmer.
Jaden A. Barry's Dunn.
Jeffrey Paul Hubner.
Tyler Conwell.
Christian M. Niemeyer.
Corey Jameson Savar.
Christopher C. Hammond.
Daniel J. Rickert.
Antonio Yarba.
Drake Lampman.
Joe Leibel.
Raiden William Young.
Edward Chase Tree Airweiler.
Corey T. Hyatt.
Ethan McDaniel.
Celine Nicole Emerson.
Colin E. Olson.
Joshua C. Jenkins.
Caleb Muhammad.
Alexei Petrovich Zagaruko.
Keegan Redmond.
Elijah J. Prophet.
Tyler Vasquez.
Sebastian E. Diaz.
Weston Strickler.
Joshua T. Rogers.
Devin Tanuvasa.
Josiah J. Haskins.
Vanessa Rodriguez.
Joseph M. Mitsoulis. Samuel J. Nichols. Jake R. Durst. Alan M. Norris. Caleb A. Kelly. Connor N. Leitner. Patrick O'Neill.
Okay, at this time, I'd please like to invite this year's salutatorian, Brandon Kane, to join me on the stage.
Here's the moment we spent 13 years of our lives working towards. Fellow graduates, please stand. Now join me in the traditional turning of the tassel. Classmates, it's time to take the final step to graduation. Please grab it. Now put it to the left.
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates of Graham-Kapowsin High School, class of 2018. Honored guests and staff, please take your place for the recessional. At this time, the class of 2018 will be leaving. Please remain seated until all graduates have filed out. Ladies and gentlemen, we are running behind in our ceremony, and we have another graduation coming up after ours. So in consideration of that, we ask that as soon as your graduate is available, that you clear out of the parking lot so that they can have areas to park. One final time, I'm presenting to you the class of 2018.